Angie Martinez in Real Life Podcast. Ashanti is back, guys! Yo, you are my first reoccurring guest on IRL.
Yes, I love that.
I have never repeated a guest, but we are so invested in your life at this point, Ashanti. And so much has changed and we're just coming back. It's a new season.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you, baby. Well, congratulations to you on a laundry list of things that we're going to get to today. But it just felt like, I don't know, we're so happy for you now, being a mom. Do you feel like that? Do you feel like the love?
I definitely feel the love. It's been a journey. You know what I mean? It's been a journey. So, you open up your social media and you see just an outpouring of love. It's just like, that feels great.
So your life in the past 2 years is like a different life.
Completely different.
Like who are you now versus who you were that day when we were in Canada? We shot it in Canada because you were on set.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I am a mother and a wife now.
Wow.
Completely different. I did not see this coming at all the last time we sat down.
You know what's so interesting? When I thought that there may be a little window open, is I asked you about Nelly and the time that you had dated that first time around. And I was like, I asked you, what did you learn from yourself in that relationship? And you said to me that he checked you because the way you used to talk to him. And that he would say, we don't talk to each other like that.
Yeah.
And you thought that made you better.
Yeah.
And the way you told that story, I was like, wait a minute. The something it wasn't told with like the venom of an ex. It was told that there was still like a little bit of a soft spot for that time, maybe. This was right after Versus.
Oh, so this was after
He went in for the hug. It was awkward. Everybody was like, and something happened from then to now.
A lot happened from then to now.
Clearly.
So if it was after Versus, it was definitely a place where I was open to what he was saying. Like I was listening to what he was saying instead of being angry and mad. Yeah.
How come? Just because of how he was?
Because
like what shifted in you?
I think growth and maturity, and if we're being completely honest, he said that to me like super early on. You know what I mean? Like this was like, my mouth is crazy. Like, my mouth is like a pirate, like sour, like it's disgusting. So, I just used to, and I'm from New York, he's from the Midwest. So, they're different. Like they're very polite and very, and I'm very, so very early on in some of our conversations, a little heated, he'd be like, yo, you're not gonna talk to me like that.
That's what we're not gonna do.
This is what we're not gonna do. Yeah. So he told me that very early on, and I was like,
this was the first time when you were dating.
Yeah, this was like the first go round. Mm-hmm. So I was like, nobody ever said that to me before, But when I received it differently, the next time around, you know what I mean?
This time around.
Yeah.
Oh, he had to come back and check you again?
No, the mouth is not crazy anymore. It's good. Okay. It's calmed down. Only when provoked.
Don't be nuts.
Right.
But please, what are you willing to share? Because like, what happened? What went from like, no, even some of the interviews. I think we did an interview with him on the radio and you was like, yeah, no, I'm not spinning the block. Nobody's spinning the block. It went from that to like, wait a minute, Ashanti and Nelly were seen somewhere.
Oh my God.
And then it went fast.
It went so fast. Yeah. I think what happened honestly was communication. I think that, look, I didn't know he was obviously gonna be at Versus. I didn't know that he was gonna come over and give me a hug. I didn't know. My DJ actually gave him my number a couple of months after that. Yeah, and the first text, I was like, 314, what? But communication, and our first or second conversation, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little heated because there were a lot of buried emotions. It had been 8 years or so, and it was a lot of buried emotions and a lot of things that I didn't know about how he felt, and vice versa. So it took me listening. It took both of us listening, to be honest.
Wow.
And yeah,
which you probably couldn't do when you were younger.
That's the thing. I was just about to say, I wish we would have communicated a little bit more, but that was, like I said, 7-8 years ago. We were both in a different mental space, so now it's just like, okay, you hear and receive things differently. You know, you're older, you're more mature, you've experienced life more.
And when did you think, wait, this might just be more than healing? You know what I'm saying? Clearly, a window has to be open where you're open to what this could be.
Yeah, I mean, I think on was it our first or second date? Maybe the first kind of date.
You started dating again after you circled.
Oh my God. I can't even believe it was happening.
One must have been nuts.
It was crazy.
You had to hide? Because you don't want people to see you guys on your first date.
You know what was so bizarre? We weren't like super hiding, but we weren't, you know, on Front Street. Yeah, you know.
You didn't go to Nobu.
We definitely didn't go to Nobu. But we were in Vegas. I think our first reconnected date was in Vegas. And it was so crazy. It was around Valentine's Day.
Aww.
And we took a little trip to Dolce. And
he took you shopping?
Yo, but you know what's crazy? He was like, well, you're not my girlfriend yet, so I'm only spending $10,000. When you become my girl again, then, you know. So I'm like, oh God, it was hilarious. Oh. But the thing for me was like, I couldn't believe that I had those feelings again. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, wait a minute. These feelings were gone. Like, how is that even happening? You know, I never, ever expected those feelings to come back.
Yeah.
You know?
Isn't that crazy how we could think we know ourselves and our whole insides and how we feel, and all of a sudden you feel differently about something?
Absolutely.
There's you couldn't have, like, are you feeling this on day one?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you couldn't have paid me to say, I would have lost everything had I bet. You know what I mean? If someone would have said, bet everything that you and Nelly will be back, take it all, that ain't never gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Well, so, what was that? Because you were angry, maybe, or misunderstandings, or you just closed up?
You know what it was? I got past the anger. And you know when they say, like, when you're not mad anymore, you're really over it. You know, there was a time where I was like, cut all his music off. Don't play none of his shit. You know what I'm saying? If I'm performing, y'all warming up to, don't play no Nelly shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the party, whatever, you know. And then it got to a place where I was like, I don't care, you can play it. You know what I mean?
Because you weren't mad anymore.
Yeah, I didn't care anymore. So when you get to a place that it doesn't affect you and you just don't care, that signifies that it's over and you're done with it. You know what I mean? I could look at a picture like, oh, he looks nice. Before it would be like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Swipe. You know.
You were really like on the other side of it.
I was in the beginning. Yeah. I was mad. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then, like I said, I got to a place where I didn't care. And then I got to a place where
you were open.
I'm married and have a child. And here we are. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
What an amazing love story. It's like, and there's always a lot of talk about circling the block. Like, is that a good thing? Some people say, I would never.
Yeah.
What have you learned about that? Like, re-entering a relationship that you had been in already. And clearly you both probably did things wrong. You weren't listening to each other, things like that. What have you learned?
What I've learned is to never say never. That's number one. And what's meant to be will be, regardless of how you feel, what you think, the timing, what's in the universe for you will be there regardless. You know what I mean? And I feel like we both kind of knew each other's heart, and I feel like we both got hurt and we both were in our stances. And then, I mean, not to sound fairy tale-ish, but I feel like God kind of just strings you with who you're supposed to be with at the time. You know what I mean? And when we did get back together, the craziest thing was it didn't feel like 7 years had gone by. Like we just snapped back into, you know, 03, 04. Like it felt crazy.
Never like an alarm of like, or a fear of like old problems or old issues. Are you able to kind of just roll past that?
You know what? I wouldn't say was there a fear of it. I think we both were just, okay, listen, what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like we're gonna try it out and see. You know, obviously at first you start out just the dating and being around each other again and all of that. But I guess around the first argument, we both handled it in such a great way. You know what I mean? It was just like, you know, you do this and you're like, all right, you good? Yeah, I'm good. What you want for dinner? You know what I mean?
Right. And that's a better place, right?
Yeah, it's a better place to talk about it and not be mad. Because it would be to a point where we would argue, and then I'm like, I'm not answering the phone for a week. Don't call me, don't text me. That's back 10 years ago when you handle things like that.
Yeah.
Kind of immature. Now you talk about it, get over it, and move on.
Wow. How did your family react to all of this?
Oh my gosh. It was funny. Some people was with it.
Not everybody?
Not everybody was with it. Nah.
How was mom?
Mom was...
She was skeptical at first?
Yeah. Do you know her story from Versus? She was like, that fucking Nelly, that's who I saw. She was not with it.
He had to win her over?
Yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm. A little bit.
Did he? He must have. I see them dancing and having a grand old time on vacations now and things.
Absolutely. Because the one thing is, him and my mom used to talk on the phone for hours. You know what I mean? Like, it was crazy. And she's like, he's back. He's back. She knew, though. She knew how much he loved me and how much love was there. You know what I mean? But she was hurt, too. Everyone got hurt to a certain extent because everyone wanted this to work and then it didn't. You know what I mean? So
one of my favorite things about this podcast is we hear your stories, right? And love to learn more about you, but also like how it lands for other people, like in their real life. And I imagine that there's a lot of women out there who maybe had the one that got away, or the one they always kind of wonder about.
Yeah.
When do you think spinning the block is okay?
I think it's okay when it's genuine and the feelings are sincere. And you've grown. You can't be spinning the block and hitting your head on the same curb. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to grow from whatever the problem was earlier. You have to grow from that and mature and understand each other, have a mutual respect. And I think that's what made it special for us. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, we both dealt with other people. And then you start to see things, too, like, damn, I guess it wasn't so bad.
What I had was actually pretty great.
Yeah, so it's like,
Sometimes you got to go out and kiss a few frogs.
Absolutely.
That's so funny. And it worked out, man. What have you learned about marriage?
What I've learned about marriage.
It's fresh, right? It's like you're not even like a year, or is it?
No, we're a year and change.
Okay,
year and change.
They say the first year is the hardest, or the best of the hardest. It's like you're working through all the things that you got to... You're positioning on things. And,
no, absolutely. I think for us, it's like a respect thing, and I feel like that's what took him a long time to be ready to be married, because it's a whole different level of respect and honor and loyalty and just selflessness. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out, we had some arguments. We had some. But the thing too is, like, you can get mad all you want. You ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? It's like we work things out, and you don't cross that line. Like, when you're girlfriend and boyfriend, you could do whatever. But when you're married, there's a line of respect that you don't cross. And it's prominent for both of us. You know what I mean? So I think that's what I have learned.
Okay, so then you get pregnant. By the way, you wasted no time. You were like, we're going to get right back to this. You having a baby.
Yes.
This was, when the last time you did the show, I said to you, so what's next in your life? And you were like, I think I want to make time to, like, be in a relationship. Maybe you were like, you were even before deciding that you guys were going to get back together, you were ready for this time in your life.
Yeah.
Because you would have to be, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I have absolutely manifested almost everything that I wanted. You know what I mean? Like, I spoke that into existence at a time where I didn't know what was going to happen. You know what I mean? So I genuinely was ready and speaking from a real place. And you make yourself vulnerable. I was vulnerable because I really didn't know. I was like, I'm putting it out there. You know what I mean? And
when you would say that out loud.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought maybe you had somebody in the stash.
No.
Or somebody you were thinking about, or you were just pututting yourself out there.
Yeah. I mean, you always got a little in the stash. Not no more. Not when you married.
No, not when you married.
Not when you married.
You don't even remember those people.
I don't know who you're talking about.
They never existed
at all.
So wait. So you have this moment. You get pregnant. This is happy right away, right? You're like thrilled right away.
Thrilled right away.
You tell your mom.
Yeah.
How's your mom about this?
Oh my gosh. It was so crazy because thank God for technology because it was absolutely a FaceTime. We were in St. Louis and it was such a beautiful feeling, you know, because my mom and dad were like so emotional and so happy.
I know. We never talk about your dad. We're always like, your mom.
Right.
Because she's momager. She's the one we know all these years.
Exactly.
But your dad is a parent too.
Absolutely. Dad was so happy because, you know, he's had girls, obviously.
Yeah.
And this is like the first, well, not the first boy, but obviously this is my first boy. So it was just so dope to see their reaction. And my son, his middle name is named after my dad. He was elated. I mean, obviously we didn't know it was a boy at first.
Right.
But just the first time telling them, they were so emotional and so excited. Same with his parents. It was a time.
That's beautiful, baby. I'm so excited. Being a mom is like changes the game.
It changes everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Tell me what's the thing that nobody told you? Was there anything that happened that you're like, why didn't anybody say this to me? Is there anything that has surprised you?
I can't say surprised in that way, only because my mom and I are so close. So she has told me so many things. I think what kind of surprised me are those feelings. You don't know that until you feel it. You know what I mean? So the feeling when your baby is crying and, you know, we're in the hospital and I ain't want nobody to touch him. The doctors, I was in pain. I was standing up with the wires and shit. Nah, don't touch him. That's too hard. Don't do that. You know? Wait, it's too cold. No, you need a blanket. You know, like
you're in protective mode right away. Yeah,
immediately. Selfless immediately. I remember like going to doctor appointments and like there was one time I had to go to the hospital. I got sick and I would take no antibiotics, no medicine. And it got really bad. Like I got really sick. I got the flu and all of that. And I was just like, oh, I don't care about me. I don't care about my lungs. Is my baby okay? You know? And the doctor's like, well, we care about you. You have to be okay for your baby to be okay. Yeah. You know? So I don't think you can become prepared for that until you really feel it. You don't know it until you really feel it.
What is he like?
Oh my God. He is like, he's my best friend.
Oh my God.
No, he's like the sweetest little angel baby. Like he's so funny. He has such a big personality. He smiles and laughs all the time. He's mad loud. He is so loud.
That's your baby.
He is absolutely his parents' child. Like he's so loud. He's completing all his milestones. Like he's clapping now.
Already?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 7 months.
7 months. Oh,
he's
wow.
7 months. He's pulling himself up in the crib. So like I'll hear him and he'll be like, and that's him like planting his feet to stand up.
He's standing up?
Yes, he's fully standing up. And now he's doing this thing where you'll be like, hey. So he's repeating.
Yeah,
he can say
mimicking.
hey.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
He's saying mama.
Not yet. He's Big Head is trying to get him to say daddy first. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, motherfucker's wasting no time with a baby.
Yeah, girl.
So great.
He was trying. We was practicing.
I bet you were. You had all them years backed up.
Baby. I was like, shit, I forgot. I'm glad we got married, nigga, because shit.
Now we know how he got her back. Now we know how he got her back. How is he, what kind of dad is he? Because I know he's a parent before.
Yes.
So you've witnessed him as a father before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you haven't witnessed him at this stage in his life.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It is the cutest thing. Oh my gosh. Just seeing him and just how he looks at him and how he holds him and come on, man. You know, like this daddy man, this daddy little man. Like he's so
in love.
He's so in love. He loves him so much. And sometimes he tries to be like a little hard, right? Mm-hmm. So he's like, nah. You know, let him go. He's good. Let him sit in his little, what they call the little skip hop, right? Mm-hmm. So he's playing. He'll sit there for a minute. KK start crying a little bit. And he'll be like, no, you good. He'll put his hands up. Okay, come on, daddy, man. Like, he immediately melts. I'm like, oh, look at this guy. Man.
So who's gonna be like the disciplinary here?
Disciplinary?
Nobody. It's a free for all.
Nobody, yeah.
He runs the house.
He definitely runs the house.
KK runs the house. That's so funny. Did you have any like postpartum issues or anything like that? Because I heard you had a great pregnancy. Like, no sickness.
No sickness. I performed to my 8th month.
Wow.
No, I didn't have that. Thank God. Like, I would have performed until the day I delivered.
So the water broke?
Yeah,
so the water broke?
Have, yeah.
Wow. Are you going to do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it again.
Are you trying already?
I mean, it may not necessarily be trying, but we practicing.
I bet. You're going to be pregnant by next month.
Don't say that. I got to go on tour.
Yeah, okay. You just said you could perform till the water breaks. You'll be totally fine. Soon as you come back from tour, it's going down.
Going down.
Pregnancy test. Pull out the pregnancy. And what about like postpartum or anything like that? Did you experience any of that or no?
No postpartum. Thankfully.
Thank God.
Yeah. You know, I pray for women that have experienced that, you know, because it's hard. Mm-hmm. You know, it really is.
What about like, because there's always so much, you know, you're Ashanti. Mm-hmm. There's always so much in your body and how we even talked about this the past few interviews, how you was like in your sexy bag. Like everybody wanted to see what half a dress Ashanti was gonna come outside with like your body, and your sexiness was a thing. Like,
absolutely.
So after you have your baby, obviously your body changes. Mm-hmm. Did you have any fear about, I don't know, coming back? Any pressure about like being a version of yourself that you were before? Or?
I feel like, well, first of all, you know, I got these big ones.
You still breastfeeding,
bro,
right?
Yeah, I'm still breastfeeding. Yeah. Yo, but these are crazy. I did my first show in Hawaii and I had on like a little bralette, and you know, I'm on stage and I'm like, damn, what is this? I don't like this.
It's too much.
It's too much. You know what I mean? I'm just, I never had them that big, you know? So, and even my butt, you know, everything is kind of just like growing. He loves it. Mm-hmm. But I'm just like, you know, wait, what's funny is, you know, Nikki got that line in her record, hup one, hup two, big titties, big butt too. And I was like, oh, I can say that now.
You got all the things.
But, for me, obviously, I'm like, okay, I got to get back to my, I call it BBK body before, what is it?
Before KK.
Yeah. Body before KK. That's what it is. I got to get back to my BBK. Body before KK. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely want to get back, you know.
But you're not putting pressure on yourself or any type of...
No, it's not super pressure, but I do want to get back to me. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I stayed ready for the islands. I stayed ready for the bikinis. You know what I mean? I had it all stashed. I used to travel with bikinis just in case. You know what I mean? Just in case. Now, not so much.
Less bikinis?
A couple of months, yes. You know what I mean? And then it's hard, like carving out time and having that energy to get in the gym and do what you need to do. Because I personally, you know, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm not necessarily going under the knife and all of that stuff. So I'm gonna go to the gym. So it's harder and it takes a little bit longer.
Really? Would you never consider that? So many women do that. It's like, it's not even a big deal anymore.
I know, it's definitely not a big deal anymore.
People are like, oh, just go get it snatched up.
Suck it out.
And you're like, no, I'm gonna go to the gym.
Yeah, I think part of me is a little scared. You know, they're like, oh, there's that 1% that will, and I'm like, that'll be the 1%. Like I'm the fucking stray bullet. You know what I mean? So I just, I'm gonna just go to the gym. I'm just get on the Stairmaster.
You look amazing already. So whatever you're working on, I'm sure whatever, but you look amazing. But you know that, right? You feel good, right? You have to feel good.
I mean, I feel good and I'm grateful that I'm healthy and I didn't have any complications, you know, because it's scary. You know, you hear stories and then some stories you don't hear about until things are too late. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm just super grateful that I'm good, I'm healthy, and I'm, you know, doing my
God. Thing. And you guys are doing a show.
Yes.
This is different for you, too.
Absolutely different.
Nelly has done reality show.
Yeah.
But not you.
Not me.
What goes into making that decision?
See, that's another thing that I was like, oh, I'm never doing that.
You said a lot of nevers.
I said a lot of nevers.
Never gonna get back with Nelly.
Never doing reality. Like, it's been a lot of nevers.
Here you go.
I gotta chill out with that.
If the last time we were here, I was like, nah, you about to do this. You're gonna have a baby. You're gonna get married. You're gonna do a reality show. You'd be like,
like, Angie, stop it. Who are you talking to?
And here you are.
Here I am.
So what is this show? How much are you showing? Do you see the baby, or are you being protective over the baby?
I'm definitely being protective.
Yeah.
I just feel like, he's so new and he's mine. Well, he's ours. And
you have to share him.
I do have to share him. Nah, but I just want to keep him for us right now. You know what I mean? But you got to tune in to see if you see a little sprinkle here and there. You know what I mean? A little sprinkle here and there.
What made you decide to do that?
This was my husband's idea.
This is like another stray. This is like a Nelly stray.
No, I don't want to call it a stray. But he's just, he felt strongly like this would be dope. It would give people a chance to kind of know who we are outside of just on stage. You know what I mean? It's a very visual world. And he's just like, nah, it'll be dope, and there's so much love and so much positivity that has come from our union and coming back together, just showing love and showing family and showing that you can work and do your thing and still have a family. You know what I mean? You can have your career, you can have your love, your family, and still make it work.
How are you managing that though? Like the balance, because you still got a brand new baby, still pumping milk.
Yes, I was pumping before I got here.
I know. And now you're doing interviews, you're shooting the show.
Yes,
you're getting ready to go on a tour.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It's a lot. It really is a lot. And I think showing that hopefully inspires.
So we'll see all of that on the show.
Yeah. The fact we still don't know where we're gonna live. You know what I mean? Like we don't have a home. You know what I mean?
Where do you live?
We live in New York, we live in St. Louis, we live in Atlanta a little bit, sometimes in Nashville. Like we're all over the place. We live in our suitcases. You know what I mean?
With the baby?
With the baby. That is mad luggage.
You don't have one house?
No.
That you share?
No. We share. Wherever we are, we share.
But he had a house before, no? Well, he has a house in St. Louis, right?
Yeah, we have a house together.
Well, sorry. You guys have a house in St. Louis.
Yes,
now.
We got a house in St. Louis. We got a condo in New York, another house in New York. Thinking about a spot in Atlanta, thinking about a spot in Nashville. We spent a lot of time in LA. So KK got 5 or 6 cribs. You know what I mean? It's crazy. 5 or 6 walkers, skip hops. Is
this life what you thought? Like a younger you, when you think of settling down and getting married, and is it what you thought it was going to be?
Absolutely not. I didn't know I would be traveling this much and, you know what I mean? Taking my child on tour with me and, just moving so fast. We're both moving so fast.
But the love,
Oh, the love? Absolutely. I always wanted it. And it's weird because when you're young, you think you want it young. When I was young, in high school, you're like, oh, I want to get married at 21. Yeah. Shit. You
weren't ready.
Not at all.
Nobody's ready in their 20s.
Not at all.
Most people are not married. So I know there's some cases, but most people are not ready in their 20s. And so you think you did it at the right time? Yeah,
I think this was the right timing. And it's funny because sometimes we joke around and he's like, yeah, we did this 10 years ago. I tried to tell you this 10 years ago, but both of us were both like, nah, it happened when it was supposed to.
The way you do his voice is insane. He's a crazy person and he just screams at you.
No, he's super animated. We're both animated, which is hilarious. But yeah.
Oh, so the show's gonna be fun.
Oh, the show's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh, Nelly, I don't know if I told you this. I don't even know if he'll be mad I share this. But when we were doing those interviews, and it was right after Versus, and everybody was like, "Oh, he tried to shoot his shot." Everybody was clowning him, not clowning him, but
teasing him.
Yeah, he tried to shoot his shot. And then I asked you about it, and you were like, "Yeah, no, I wouldn't." He got bothered by that. I don't know if you know. I got a phone call. I got a Nelly phone call, and I was like, "Nelly's calling." He was like, "So, you couldn't defend me when she said." But what I got, it was a really funny call. He was, but I could tell that it bothered him a little bit. But what it told me was why would I get this call if he didn't still care? Mm-hmm. How you said, when you're over something, you don't care.
You don't care.
I could tell he cared. I was like, oh, he's bothered. He cares.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yeah, I'm gonna get that back and fix all this up right after that. But I thought it was sweet. Like, I was like, oh, he's bothered. Because we didn't say nothing bad about him. We were just like laughing and like, I don't even remember what it was. But whatever it was, it warranted I got a phone call.
A phone call. Not a text, a phone call. He's going to let you know.
No, I got a voice, in-person phone call.
Oh, God.
Have you started any like, I don't know, do you have any traditions yet? Like, because now you've had your first Christmas together. You've had... I mean, not the baby's first birthday yet, but like, you're a new family.
Yeah, we're a
which
new
must
family.
be fun.
A lot of fun.
Have you like, I don't know, we had Alicia Keys on and she was saying that her and Swiss, by the way, you know this Alicia Keys thing that she does on Christmas? Ever since she was on the show, I do it every Christmas in my family now.
What is it?
When she first said it, I was like, okay. And then we tried it, and I was like, this is so dope. And now I'm on my third, this was my third time doing it with the family. She does this thing, her and Swiss, where they have to do one handmade gift. They do like a grab bag, but it has to be handmade.
Oh, that's
And so then you have to show, you pick the person and then you make something for them. And then you have to show them what you made them and explain your gift.
Oh, that's dope.
So like if I made you a basket filled with this, or I made you a frame and I put these little things, you explain it. And there's something so sweet about your whole family kind of talking about what they made for somebody. At first I was like, oh, that's cute. And then I did it. I was like, I love this. And so I took it. I just wondered if you guys have started any traditions yet.
You know what? It's funny that you say that. Is this the first time I'm saying this? My nephew, now that we're married, my nephew and his girlfriend actually made KK a jersey, and it's half Cardinals and half Yankees. So it's so cute, and it says his name and his birth date in the back. And I was like, oh my God, this is the best gift. So I guess they kind of already knew about the making. Yeah, they already started the homemade gifts.
There really is something about that. There's something beautiful too about like starting a new family and starting new traditions.
Starting your own traditions. So we definitely have to like incorporate it. I think our tradition is going to be always having both of our families involved or around or apart, because obviously my family's in New York, his family's in St. Louis. So it's like, okay, what are we going to do?
And your family seemed like a good time too.
Oh man.
Y'all
and that's what's crazy. Both of our families are so much alike and such a good time. Like my dad and his dad on the phone all the time, singing karaoke. My mom and his mom. It's like they be doing group calls on WhatsApp. And like, they invite us sometimes, but it is so funny to like look at them and look at their group chats and, they be on. It's hilarious. It's a blessing. It really is.
Have your mother given you any like good mothering tips?
Mothering tips for like being a mom or like a wife?
Either one.
Patience with both. Patience with both. Yeah. Word. Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, your baby will. If anybody's going to try to get patience in a lifetime, it is your child.
It is your child.
Because they know, because it's the softest spot of your heart. Like, they can get at that.
That's the one thing that's scary. The one thing that's scary is you never expect someone or something to have that much control. Like, I couldn't even imagine, if him getting hurt or him falling or him.
Oh, God.
That... You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the fear
just that fear of someone or something having that much control over your feelings.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
You better get ready. We did the last episode we did with Lauren. Lauren Reitinger was on. She has her book.
Lauren.
But she was saying people don't tell you that when you become a mother, you don't have a fully good sleep ever again.
Oh my gosh.
For the rest of your life.
You know who just said that to me? Billy Baldwin, because he's in the film as well. And obviously we talked about KK, and he was like, oh, you're never going to sleep the same again.
Never sleep the same.
Yeah.
It was an interesting conversation. I'm wondering your take on this, especially because you're so close with your mother. A conversation that came up in the last episode, and I had never heard it like this, is so interesting. Like, as a mother, our job is to fill our children's cup, right? To take care of them, to fill their cup. This was Lauren's thing too, and I thought it was so interesting. And she said, what's a heartbreaking reality as a mother is that it is not your child's job to fill your cup. So you're a mom.
Yeah.
And you will you will jump in front of a moving bus for your child.
Yeah.
You will not eat so your kid could eat.
Yeah.
Sleep on the floor so your kid could sleep on the bed. And it is your parents' job to fill your child's cup. But as a parent, sometimes you have to know that it's really not a child's job to fill the parent's cup. Of course they love you. Of course your kids do anything for you. But it's not their job.
It's not their job
to take care of you until maybe you're old and need to
need the assistance.
But I mean, it's just an interesting and a little bit of a heartbreaking realization as a parent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for you got a young baby. He's gonna cling on, cherish the way he clings on that leg, that arm. He cries when you leave.
Yeah.
You know, but as they get older, that changes.
No, absolutely. I mean, I feel like as a parent, if you do the best job and do an amazing job and do everything you can, it's going to be naturally reciprocated. So when I do things for my mom, it comes out of just genuine love and just because I want to and I can. When I buy my mom a car or buy my mom a condo or buy my mom some jewelry, you know what I mean? That's me kind of pouring back in because I've been poured in so much. Yeah. So it kind of just reciprocal and it just happens in an organic way. You know what I mean? So for me, I want to do that because I know how special that is and I know how deep that is. And, you know, we have an amazing bond. So it's not, I don't think she expects it, you know, but for me, it's like a given. You know what I mean? So it's not really a second thought.
Yeah. I'm sure there's times if I put your mother in the seat, maybe next time, Mom. Maybe next time we're going to put Momager in the seat. I'm sure there's times in your life, maybe a younger you in your 20s, where your mother was probably going through something and you had no idea and you was off worrying about your own life.
Probably. Yeah. Absolutely. Mom, I'm going to this sleepover. You good?
And
you
your
know
mother's
what I mean?
like, I need a hug. And you're like, not even thinking about your mother. Because as kids, we don't, you know.
We don't see that.
We don't see that.
You know?
No, it's really torturous. It's really terrible. You have a long way for that. So cherish all those beautiful moments with a baby's a baby on you. It's amazing. All right, so we got the movie coming out today.
It's an amazing film. I'm so happy to be a part of it. It's called No Address.
It's a different role for you.
Yeah, completely different role for me. I play an ex-veteran that is addicted to drugs, and I end up homeless. And it's 5 different people from 5 different walks of life becoming homeless and living in this encampment. And it's just, you know, it's dope to be a part of a project that could create awareness because it's kind of like a global crisis. Like you go outside, even now, you see homeless people, you look to your left, to your right.
Sad.
It's so sad.
Yeah, especially
you know what I mean?
now in New York, it's so cold. I see people sometimes, it breaks my heart. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like we have the resources, we have the power. What is going on? You know what I mean? So the film kind of sparks that conversation.
That
I learned to be less judgmental. You know, it genuinely can happen to any of us. You could be 1 paycheck away from becoming homeless. You know what I mean? And there's a character that happens to. He's married, he's working, he has a child, he falls behind on bills. It's a whole story, but he ends up being homeless. So it's kind of there as a tool to teach us like, yo, don't judge and stop dehumanizing people. People don't choose to be homeless. You don't want to be homeless. You don't want to be addicted to drugs. So it's a film about having more compassion and just showing more love and being more kind. You know what I mean? So I was really happy and grateful to be a part of it. And I EP'd. I'm an EP on it.
EP.
And I got a record in there. So
and you got a song. Oh, good. We need music.
Yes. Absolutely. I mean, well, I am releasing new music. Super, super excited about that. Yeah. I got a record called Called You Up. It's coming out in April. I shot the video in Bermuda. So, and that was the BBK, you know, Body Before KK.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that. Going on tour to the UK in April.
I have to, just because it's the elephant in the room and this just happened, I have to ask you, first of all, I thought the way that you reacted to Irv passing was so classy. I thought she said the perfect thing. And I just wonder how that has affected you or how you have been processing that, because it was unexpected.
Definitely unexpected. It was a lot to process. You know, it was a lot of different feelings and emotions, you know. And I think honestly, what I said is really how I feel.
Yeah,
you know,
I could tell.
like I was really sad, and I'm still sad that, you know, it ended like this. You know what I mean? Because there was a time where things was just like amazing, you know, and I know in my heart that I always just wanted peace for both of us, you know what I mean? For us to be cordial, and I wished peace for him. I prayed for him to be at peace. And you don't really see this coming, you know what I mean? Like it really just came out of nowhere, you know?
Did you think you'd have the opportunity where you could maybe have something cordial?
I really wanted it to happen, you know, because I'm like, yo, like I said, we made history together. You know, that is infinite. Like, we're talking about my son. My son is gonna know that we made these records together. You know what I mean? And I'm sad that the last few years we weren't seeing eye to eye. What I do know is that I tried. You know, I do know that I extended the olive branch, and I do know that, again, I tried to I just wanted things to be cool. You know what I mean?
You just didn't want no smoke.
I didn't want no smoke, you know.
You caught a lot of strays in that situation, so yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You handled it with such grace though, baby. Like really,
Thank you.
You couldn't have handled it better. And I was thinking about this when I was reading what you wrote. You said, like, I have always said, even through like the ugliest parts of this, I'm paraphrasing, but what I felt from you was like, even through the ugliest parts of this, you have always given him the credit of changing your life.
Absolutely.
And being, bringing out the best in you creatively.
Yeah, that'll never change. Yeah. Even in the interview that we did, you know what I mean? Even though we weren't on great terms.
And that was like the peak of like it being bad.
Bad,
and
really
you
bad. And that's what I mean.
The level of grace.
Because I genuinely will always feel grateful. I will always be thankful, you know, and be honest about all of that. And obviously, you know, I spoke with all the guys. The whole situation was just so sudden, you know, and I don't know, it's just really hard to kind of wrap your mind around everything, especially like for me, I have so many amazing things happening in my life right now, you know, and it's just so positive. And honestly, when you're in such a good place, you wish everybody well. Even if you're not getting along, it's like you want to kind of give off some of that positive energy, that good love, you know what I mean? So
you tried.
Yeah.
Have you spoke to Ja?
Yeah, we were in Hawaii together, and I sent like a bunch of you know, arrangements and stuff like that. But yeah, it was, you know, it's sad. And it's tough on everybody, you know.
Makes you cherish the days.
Yeah, because you never know.
Ja is he sent me a nice note the other day too, but he's like, you know, he's hurting, but he's living too. You know what I mean? He's got a beautiful family.
Yeah.
Are you guys still close? Has he
No,
seen the baby?
Course.
Is he Uncle Ja?
Oh my gosh, yes. Ja had him up in the Simba pose, you know, the Lion King.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, while we were in Hawaii, and it was really cool to see. You know, Ish had him, she wasn't putting him down. Ish is his wife.
Of course.
So yeah, I was so happy when they were finally able to meet, you know, because we done a couple of FaceTimes, but he was like, oh, Bonnie, look at him, he got Bonnie face, you know, and then we were going back and forth. Nah, he look a little bit like Mo. Nah, he look like Bonnie, you know. So it was cool.
It's so nice to have so much history with people too,
yeah,
right?
Especially nowadays, and especially in this industry. You know what I mean? Like having genuine love and genuine people support you and hold you down is very slim. So yeah, I'm grateful.
All right, our final IRL questions. Are you ready? In real life, how happy are you today on a scale of 1 to 10?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it about 1,000.
Yay! That's the best answer ever. 1,000. Is that every day?
I mean, it's not every day. Every day I'm grateful though. You know what I mean? You know, there's definitely disappointments and things that you want to happen that doesn't happen, but I am so genuinely happy and authentically myself with my family that whatever is not working, you roll it off and you move on.
Yeah.
Because the happiness outweighs it.
How important is that thing where you just said, like, finding somebody that you could be authentically yourself? Like, how important is that in the equation of happy?
Oh man, it's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything. You know, if I can't walk around without my wig, and you know what I mean? Like, with your boxers on and, you know, just regular, that's not for me. You know, it's so important to just be authentically yourself and have your person, and you guys just get each other without trying. You know, obviously there's going to be things that you learn about each other, and there's things that you don't like, you know what I mean? But when you can get past whatever the flaws are and you genuinely have that love, that's like magic. It's magical.
My girl said 1,000. In real life, what do you pray for most?
In real life, at this very moment, I pray for my son the most. I pray for my son, I pray for my husband, I pray for all of us, and I pray for my family. Just health, happiness, sanity, safety. We're flying a lot, we're traveling, we're on the bus. So I pray that we are covered and protected.
How often do you think about your legacy in real life? Like now, maybe now different, right? Like you might...
A little differently now. Again, being a mom, like I don't want to say I forget about myself. I just put my baby and my family kind of first. You know what I mean? Because I know I'm gonna be good. You know what I mean? I love my husband and he got us, so I know I'm gonna be good. So I want to make sure that home is good and taken care of, you know, and then legacy is like, you never want to like lose yourself in your family, but I know that I'll be able to do what I want to do because I have an amazing support system.
I remember somebody told me that a long time ago when I was single. I was like, I don't have time for a man. They were like, well, you know that if you get the right man, you actually can go further.
Yep.
It never even occurred to me.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I used to think a man is just a distraction. From the things I want to do in my career.
Yeah, but when you get the right one, you both grow and evolve.
Isn't that funny? You know, as we're talking and looking at your life and how far you've come, I mean, you could look at both the episodes and there's so much evolution, and that's just this part of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you look at the whole journey, somebody who's been a fan of yours since the beginning and watched your life, what do you hope that people take from your life? Like, what do you hope that people could learn?
I hope that people are inspired and motivated to like get out there, follow your heart, do your best, be fearless. Don't be scared to make mistakes. When you do make a mistake, get back up, try again. Spinning the block might not be for everybody, but you, it worked for me. You know, be yourself unapologetically and authentically. You know what I mean? And I want people to take away that I love what I do. I'm a writer. I love being able to relate to people through music, and music is just such a beautiful thing. Oh, that's one thing I have to say too. KK is infatuated with music.
Really?
Like he has keyboards. He has like all
I heard that you really like
things.
singing to him too.
I sing to him, and first of all, he doesn't cry. He only cries maybe like if he's wet or if he's super hungry. He whines, but he doesn't like cry with tears.
No tears.
Right. So if he's like whining or crying or upset about something, I start singing. He's like. Oh. It is the most, like, it melts my heart. It is like the most beautiful thing for him to be so young and receive that concept, you know, of music. Oh my God, I gotta show you this video before we leave too. Okay. Wait, so this is when he was only literally maybe a couple of weeks old. I had him laying on my chest and I was singing, "Smile for me, Daddy. Let me see your grill." Right? I was singing. Why did he smile? Oh my God, I cried. It was the best thing ever.
Why is that the song too?
But he smiled and I was like, oh my God. It was crazy. I'm going to show you the video too.
You're so in love. All right, and last thing, where is Ashanti in 5 years from now?
Whew, 5 years.
Because you really manifested what's happening with your life right now. You really, the last time we talked, you manifested what you said was going to happen is exactly where you are right now.
Yeah.
So where are you in 5 years from now?
In 5 years from now, we definitely have multiple children. The empire is huge. I have already delved into a whole new world of children's, I don't want to say entertainment, but I want to do stuff in that world. Mm-hmm. Just expanded, you know. Me and my husband have a whole nother company that's just flourishing and, you know, doing big things and being better. So yeah, I think that's what I see.
So just more of this. More of this 1,000. By the way, if it stays like this and you're at 1,000, that's a good life.
That's a great life. That's a great life.
Yeah. Okay. Just wait till that noise goes by.
Damn, well, y'all in the hood? Why is all the police over here? Shit. Oh my God.
We in the business. That's what we can afford. In 5 years, when we're in the studio, the Angie Martinez studio.
Angie Martinez studio. Let's go.
5 years will be Angie Martinez studio.
Let me say it.
You say it because you know how to manifest. We should do a whole show about how to manifest the way Ashanti manifests. What is the key to your manifesting?
My manifestation.
What do? Do you really believe everything you say? Or is it that you pray on it? Or is it that you just...
Absolutely pray on it. I really do pray on it. And I'm not going to lie to you. I wrote some stuff down and I put it in a Bible years ago. I moved, I found the Bible and I was like, oh, So I definitely did that.
Tell me how this goes because people might want to know how to do this.
No, I'm serious. I
you
really
make
did.
A list. You write a list.
I wrote the list. I wrote everything I wanted.
Angie Martinez Studios.
That's right.
Okay. What
she
else?
owns the building.
Owns the building. Okay. What else?
It's everything that you want.
You
everything that's in your heart. I wrote it down. Mm-hmm. I opened up the Bible. The scripture that it landed on. I put the paper in the Bible. I closed it. I forgot about it. You know what I mean? I just let it rock. And I feel like when you make yourself vulnerable and you put it out there, the right stuff comes back. You know what I mean? Because you already know I don't really do a lot of just putting everything out. So when I made that statement, I even felt I was being vulnerable because I didn't know. Like I said, you know, my little stash that wasn't nothing serious. That was, you know. Mm-hmm. So I really didn't have anyone that I was really thinking about that with. So
just put it out there.
Yeah.
And put it in the Bible. and wait for it to happen. I'm putting mad stuff in the Bible. Ashanti on 1,000, everybody.
Hey.